Well, what's going on, everyone? It is Paul, the 920 Trader with 920 Trading. Today's video is not about what I was originally going to write the newsletter on and do the video about. It was going to be on one strategy and sticking with one strategy, and the importance of getting through all the minutia and all the kind of the crazy stuff about what you see on YouTube when you're doom scrolling about you can do this strategy or that strategy or that strategy or this strategy, which only leads to what I'm going to talk about today, folks. And what I'm going to talk about today is something that's crossed every single trader's mind in the history of trading. It's done it. What is it? It's quitting. It's quitting trading. If you have never thought about quitting trading, I don't think you've ever really traded, because there's not a single person that I know who's a successful trader or is trying to be a successful trader who they've never thought about quitting. Everybody has thought about quitting. I have thought about quitting a whole bunch of times. Now, have I seriously sat down with myself and said, self, you need to give this up? And seriously, no. I've never really thought about that. I mean, never have I thought, I'm just going to quit. This is too hard. This is hard. As a matter of fact, this is the most difficult, easy money you will ever make in your life. Once you get to the point of being profitable and consistently profitable. Now, until you get there, folks, this is tough. This is really difficult. It's difficult right here. Now, you can look at the chart after the fact and go, oh, there's an entry there, an entry there, an entry there, an entry there. But in real time, I mean, we're forced to do it real time, folks. But it's really difficult. Where do you get in? Where do you get out? Oh my gosh, this is so hard. You know, you make a little money, you lose a little bit of money. You make a little money, you lose a lot more money. This is a really difficult thing to do. But why? Why do people quit? And you know, it's for a couple of reasons. Number one, you lose money. You know, and people, you know, you lose money and you want to quit. You want to give it up. It's like, I've lost enough money. I just can't do this. But why do people lose a lot of money? Well, it's actually quite simple. Well, because they over leverage. What they do is they saw that guy on YouTube, and that guy on YouTube said, hey, all you need is $10,000. If you have $10,000 to fund your account, join my group for $15,000. I'm going to teach you how to trade. And then you blow up your $10,000. And he says, well, you just weren't doing it the right way. Do it this way. So you fund it again. There's another $10,000 or whatever that number is. $1,000 here, $1,000 there, $5,000 there, whatever the number is. And then you get really discouraged. And guys, it's an easy business. This is a really easy way to get discouraged. So, another reason why it's really difficult, other than losing money, other than over leveraging, is because it is difficult. It's hard. And most people, when they get it, you know, statistically speaking, somewhere between 90 and 95% of all day traders, retail traders, can never make enough money to sustain or make a living trading. They just can't. That's the reality. I don't know where the statistics come from. I'm not making it up, but you know, we've heard it so many times that it must be true. Well, number one, there's a barrier to entry, and it's a really easy. It's easy to fund your account for, you know, $50 or $100, and you lose your money and you're done. So that is a trader who failed to make a living trading. So all of those equate to fails, but that's really not what we're talking about. So discipline, folks. This requires more discipline than anything you'll ever do in your life. I mean, this is a business all about discipline and process. It's just, I mean, it has to be the process, folks. It has to be. Listen to any high-level athlete. Listen to any high-level business person out there. Anybody who has achieved any sort of success. I did a video a few months ago about Cael Sanderson. Cael Sanderson, he won 159 straight wrestling matches in college. And for him, it was all about the process. It was process. You do it until you can no longer get it wrong. Not until you can get it right, but until you no longer can get it wrong. But it's hard. It's really hard. Most people don't have the discipline to do that. And therefore, what do they say? People can't make money. You can't do this. You can't make a living day trading. The reality is you can. It's hard. It's really hard. And again, once you get there, and I don't know if there's really a there, but Once you have your process and your process is really, really tight, you can really, really, really start doing very, very well. As a matter of fact, you can take as much money out of the market as you ever dreamed about taking out of the market. It is there for the taking every day. The setups are there every single day. Now, some days are better than others, but the setups are there every day. So you're asking, okay, you're saying all this. Now, how do we go about that process? What are the specific steps we can take to go about that process? Well, and it's not that I came up with this. I call it my own because, I kind of made my own little tweaks. I call it the 20 trade challenge. What's the 20 trade challenge? Well, number one, you start with a small contract or a single share of stock or an options contract or a futures contract, a small position size. Why do you do that? Well, because it's not about the money and it's not about making money. It's not about making money and it's not about losing money. It is about the process. So what does a 20 trade challenge look like? Number one, you have to have a plan. Number two, it must be written. Number three, it must be specific. And I'm talking about very, very, very specific. How specific? Well, it basically outlines under what specific market conditions do you or are you allowed or are you compelled to put on a trade? That's it right there. Under what conditions are you allowed or compelled to put on a trade? Okay, great. So those conditions are either met or they're not met. That's it right there, folks. That's it. It's either yes or no. It's binary. Now, what's the next one? Okay, under these certain market conditions, this is where I'm going to take the trade off the table. And it could be, you could have hit your stop, so you could have lost money on the trade. You could have hit your specific reason for getting out of the trade. Remember, folks, remember, there's a specific reason for getting into the trade. So that's your entry. But there must also be a specific reason for getting out of the trade. Now, you don't use emotions to get into the trade. So don't you believe that it only makes sense that you don't use emotions to get out of the trade. Unless emotions are part of your plan. If emotions are part of your plan, you need a new plan. I mean, that's just the bottom line. You need a new plan. So again, very, very specific. Certain market conditions get you in, certain market conditions get you out. Whatever that is, whatever your strategy is, it must be written and it must be specific. And that's it. It can't be general. Well, I think I'll do this or I think I'll do that. No, it's your money. You can do whatever you want to do. But you can't build a trading career off of something that isn't written down and based on emotions, folks, or based on, well, I think I'll do this or I think I'll do that. No, it's process. So 20 trade challenge, 20 consecutive trades where you follow your trading plan to the T. That means everything about the trading plan. That is entries, that's exits, that's everything. Now, once you can complete 20 consecutive trades without breaking your trading rules, and again, that's entries and exits, that's everything about it. And here's the thing, you must be honest with yourself. Now, it can't be, I was pretty good on that. No, it's 20 consecutive trades where you follow your specific written trading plan. Now, here's the kicker. If you decide at any point during those 20 trades that you are going to change the variables, guess what? Yep, that's right. You get to start over. You start over on number one. Now, here's another thing, folks. You log every single one of your trades. Every single one of your trades must be logged. If they're not, you're just kind of gambling, folks. It's like having a written plan. You got to have a written plan and you have to track all of your trades. Now, if you don't track it, you can't measure it. I mean, how easy is that? How can we measure our success if we don't track it? Well, I can look at my P&L. That's not good enough. That is absolutely, positively, 100% not good enough. You must track every specific thing about your trade. Well, what's every specific thing about the trade? Okay, what day? What day did you take the trade? Okay, in the context of the 20 trade challenge, what number in the challenge was it? Was it 1? Was it 17? What was it? Okay, so there's the date. There's the time. There's the reason for putting on the trade. Why did you put on the trade? Well, I put it on because my plan says this, and therefore I put on the trade. Why'd you get out of the trade? Well, my plan says to do this, and that's when I got out of the trade. Now, here's another one, folks. How are you feeling during the trade? Feeling good, feeling anxious? And trust me, you're going to be anxious. When you start this challenge and when you're going through this challenge, you will absolutely feel anxious. So for that reason alone, folks, why not invest in something like an Apple Watch? What does an Apple Watch do? Well, it will show you your heart rate. So here's the thing, with anxiety, as anxiety goes up, so does your heart rate. Well, who cares? It matters. Why does it matter? Well, because if you're anxious in the trade, you know what's going to happen? Emotions are more likely to take over your trade. So again, folks, get an Apple Watch. Get a heart rate monitor, some way to track your level of anxiety. You've got to be able to do that. Okay, great. So what happens when what was the result of the trade? I mean, you've got to, figure out what was the result of the trade. Also, how long were you in the trade? Time you got in, time you got out, and all of those things in the middle of the trade. How long were you in the trade? That's important. That's very, 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 very important. Now, at the the last thing on your spreadsheet, and there are commercial spreadsheets available, or you can make your own. The last thing on your commercial spreadsheet or your spreadsheet needs to be, drum roll, profit and loss. Profit or loss. What was it? So profit and loss and a percentage. Those are the things that you're looking for. Now here's the really, really cool thing. Over a series of trades, when you're following your plan, this is really, really cool how this works. Over a series of trades, when you're following your plan, here are the things that you're going to be able to figure out, and you're going to have them at the top of your head. Okay, so when my edge presents itself, I'm typically in a trade for X number of minutes. Maybe it's 3, maybe it's 5, maybe it's 17 and a half, but over a long period and over a number of trades, you're going to figure that out. You're also going to figure out your expected value. Okay, I was in a trade. I average 13 minutes in a trade, and I average per contract $17.50 on every single time I push the button, right? Because you have winning trades, you have losing trades, and that percentage is 9.5%. So again, you'll figure it out. Now you have 20% winners. You got these 15%. You have everything about it. You're tracking everything. So the more trades you put in, the tighter you can get those numbers. So let's say over 100 trades, 200 trades, 300 trades. You know exactly how long your average trade is. You know exactly what the expected value is. Well, it's 13 minutes and it's 17.5%. Whatever those specific numbers are, you will know. So here's what happens. When you know what it is, your anxiety level goes down. These are the things that will keep you from quitting trading. Number one, start small. Do the 20 trade challenge. Seriously, it's on my website. Go to my website, 920trading.com. It's all there. It's all there at no cost to you, the 20 trade challenge. Now, if you're a ways down in the options chain, now here's the really, really cool thing. When you succeed at the 20 trade challenge, you're going to be so happy that you did. You're going to be so proud of yourself for getting through the 20 trade challenge. Here's another thing. You're not going to get it the first time. It's the bottom line. You will not go through the 20 trade challenge successfully. If you are being honest with yourself, you won't go through it successfully the first time. It will take multiple times. That's just the bottom line. It will. You just won't go through there successfully. Now, I'm not talking about 20 trades in a row where you make money. I'm not talking about that at all. Your profit and loss is at the end of the spreadsheet for a very, very specific reason. It's at the end of the spreadsheet because it is the least important thing that you're looking at. I know, it's crazy that I would say it's unimportant, but it's unimportant. Again, folks, these are the things that will keep you from quitting. Start small. Well, okay, you got through 20. What do? Well, you move up the options chain. And then you keep on moving up the options chain to where you're at the money, and then you're in the money. And then what do you do after that? Well, you add to your position. You go with 2 contracts. How long does it take? It doesn't matter how long it takes. And again, you want these. So here's what you want. Let's say you lost 20 trades in a row. So you lose 20 trades in a row. You want that financial hit to be so small that it doesn't hurt you or hurt your account. One of the biggest reasons for trading Scar tissue is people losing a lot of money and they lose it way too quickly, and then they try to chase their trade. So they revenge trade. I got to get that money. I got to get it back. I got to get it back. Folks, once that money's gone, it's gone forever. But you can't quit. You just can't quit. It's time. If you are struggling right now, please, please, please do yourself a favor. Please, please, please start over. Start small. Here's the kicker. Every single trader in the history of the universe will at some point trade a small position size. So at some point in their career, they will trade a small position size. Now, the smart traders out there trade, and maybe not necessarily smart. Maybe you got beat up a little bit, you lost a whole bunch of money, but you still want to keep going. Trade small. You got to trade small, folks. It doesn't matter. Your profit and loss at some point, it will make sense to you. You'll say, okay, well, I know what my expected value is every time I pull the trigger. But right now, it doesn't matter. Your profit and loss doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that you're able to execute. You get in when you're supposed to. You get out when you're supposed to, according to your written plan. Nobody else's. Nobody else's. Now, if you want a written trading plan, go to my website. Again, 920trading.com. I've got it right there, folks. Everything about it is right there. But you got to start small, folks. Seriously, please, for the love of everything holy, you can't quit. You just can't quit. You are closer than you think you are. You're absolutely closer than you think you are. You've come a long way. Trust me, you have come so far. You don't know how far you've come. Look back. Look backwards and go, you know what? I'm so much better today than I was however long ago. It just doesn't matter. It seriously doesn't matter. Again, folks, trade small, trade smart, 20 trade challenge, and build up over time. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there, folks. So let's say it takes you the next 5 years to become profitable. Does that matter? Nope. It doesn't. It doesn't matter if it takes you for the next 5 years. It probably won't. I'm telling you right now, it probably won't. Only because you're going to start small. If you need to start over, start small. Seriously. It doesn't matter. If it takes 5 years, it takes 5 years. It takes 6. If it takes however long it takes, you can't quit. You are so close. Everybody here has probably heard the story of 3 feet from gold. If not, I'm just going to give you the Cliffs Notes. 1849, San Francisco. The big gold rush of 1849. You had all these people that went to California searching for gold, and trying to strike it rich. Well, there's this old prospector, he bought this claim. He bought this claim and he set out, bought a whole bunch of equipment, sold everything that he owned, bought all this equipment at the guy at the mining store, and set out and digging for gold day after day after day after day. And he'd get a little bit here and a little bit there. And he said, I just know it's here. I know it's here. I know it's here. And he always had that voice in the back of his head, other people in his life, and they were saying, yeah, you can't do it. You can't, people can't, you have to be incredibly lucky to do this, to really hit that vein of gold. And he's like, no, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. But eventually, enough people got in his ear when he said, you know what, I just can't do it. It's the people in your ear right now with trading. You can't make money trading. Yes, you can. But it's the guy. He was digging for gold. One day, he just got tired of it. He got tired of being disciplined. He got tired of people in his ear saying, you just quit. Just quit. Eventually, those people, those voices got to him. So he went down to the mining store and he said, you know what, I'm done. There's another guy in there. And he says, well, what do you want for your equipment? He says, man, just, whatever. Just get me out of here. I'm done. Give me some money so I can go back east. He says, I want to buy your claim too. He says, I'll sell you my claim for virtually nothing. So what he did was he bought all of his equipment and he bought his claim. And then he took his claim and he went to an engineer and he said to the engineer, this is the claim that I have right now. And the engineer took a look at it and said, oh, you're so close. You are literally 3 feet from gold. You are 3 feet from gold. If you go right now, you're 3 feet from gold. He went 3 feet. He dug 3 more feet and found one of the richest veins of gold in the history of the United States. 3 feet from gold, folks. That is where you are from a trading standpoint. It's okay to step back a little bit. It's okay to do that. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to yell at your computer screen with tears streaming down your face tearing your glasses off your face, wadding them up, throwing them at the wall, and saying, this is so hard. Now, if you think that I'm being specific about that, it's because that was me. That was me staring at the computer screen, tearing my glasses off my face more than one time, wadding them up, tears streaming down my face, yelling at my computer screen, this is so hard. I've been there. I've been there. It's the sleepless nights. It's everything, folks. You will get it. You're 3 feet from gold. You can't quit. Please, 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 for the love of everything holy, do not quit. You're so close, folks. Seriously, 20 trade challenge. 20 trade challenge. For more information on that, you guys know where to go. 920trading.com. All the information is there for the entire world to see. The entire strategy is there, including the 20 trade challenge. And you know what else? The newsletter. Sign up for that newsletter if you haven't signed up for it. Again, 920trading.com. The link for that is down below. So anyway, folks, go check it out. Now, if you like our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content. So there's that, when we drop new content. Also, leave us a comment. We would greatly appreciate the comments. Good, bad, or otherwise, folks, leave us a comment. Seriously. And again, don't forget to subscribe and share. Friends, family, neighbor, trading community, everybody, spread the word. Please, please, please spread the word. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, if you are interested in the live daily trading, because I do this all day long, folks, all day long, every day. So I talk about setups all day long, every day. I talk about trading psychology all day long, every day. The things that we talk about in the trading newsletter, guess what? We talk about these same things every single day. So if you're interested in that live daily trading, head on over to our Discord server. It's called 920 Trading. What else is it going to be called, folks? It's called 920 Trading. The link again for that is down below. Now, we're so convinced that you will find a lot of value in what we do. We will give you 100% access to our community for 1 week at no cost to you other than a little bit of your time. So what do you have to lose? Go to the website, get the strategy, get the 20 trade challenge. Again, you got all these YouTube videos right here. That the entire strategy is here on YouTube. But if you want that experience, okay, and that help day by day by day by day, 920 Trading, that is our Discord server. And again, folks, it's no cost to you for that first week. But check it out, folks. But anyway, hey, I hope everybody had a good trading week. But above all else, I hope you followed your written trading plan. And if you don't have a written trading plan, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Because you're going to do that this weekend. You're going to sit down, you're going to devise a written trading plan. 100%. Everything about now, if you need a pattern, go to 920trading.com. The entire strategy is there for the world to see. Just make it your own. Change something, maybe just a little bit. Make it your own. I know mine is a really good one. Doesn't matter though. There are as many profitable strategies as there are market participants. So find something that works for you, not somebody else, but find something that works for you and then get really, really, really good at it. Again, folks, don't quit. You can't quit. 20 trade challenge. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great rest of the day. And again, thanks for watching, folks. But you guys know the rest. Have a great rest of the day. And we will see you in the markets.